this video, we're going to take a look at the MD600 Alpha mechanical keyboard from Mistel. Before we get started, I just want to say that Mistel sent me this keyboard for free, but that won't affect my review of it after having used it for 2 months. Upon opening this nice and dense packaging, you get the keyboard itself, a USB-C to USB-C cable, a USB-C to USB-A cable, 2 screws, and 6 magnetic keyboard feet. Mistel also provides a manual, which I think is necessary if you want to maximize all of the features that this keyboard offers. Setting it up is straightforward. Simply connect the 2 USB-C ports closest to the center of the keyboard with the provided Type-C to Type-C USB cable. Then, connect the left half with the Type-C to Type-A USB connector to the device of your choice. If you wish to use the keyboard wirelessly, setup is also made easy by pressing the function key and one of X, C, or V, each of which is assigned to a different device. The keyboard remembers up to 3 devices that you can switch to on the fly without needing to pair over and over. Now, even in wireless mode, both halves of the keyboard still need to be connected to each other via wire. This is important to consider since despite this being a wireless keyboard, you still need one wire to use it. The main selling point of this keyboard is that it's an Alice layout, wireless, split, hot swap mechanical keyboard. The stabilizers don't even rattle and aren't scratchy from the factory. I didn't feel the need to modify them at all. For reference, I daily drive an Icky 68 Aurora with lubed stabies, and while I think that these stabilizers aren't directly comparable, they sure come close. So this keyboard puts customization and compatibility at the forefront, with 3 programmable layers, an easy switch across QWERTY, Dvorak, and Colmac layouts, and is compatible across Mac, Windows, Linux, and even your mobile phones. Wireless connectivity is decent with Bluetooth 5.0, and it even comes with sound dampening foam. That's something you really only see on premium keyboards, and all of those features come together to create one neat package that's definitely found its niche in the market. Don't get me wrong, it's not an enthusiast level keyboard made from CNC aluminum or injection molding with polycarbonate, but you do get a great product at this price. On the topic of customization, this keyboard offers a variety of orientations, making it not only programmable, but physically customizable on your desk. This is great, and something you can expect from an ergonomic keyboard that should adjust to your anatomy. While this is a split keyboard, Mistel gives us the option to firmly secure both halves together using the 2 screws provided in the box. You only need a screwdriver to do this. The original MD600 relies on a friction fit to stick together, and it does so effectively. However, the Alpha, which we have now, tends to slide around and slide apart during my use, so I recommend installing the screws if you prefer the halves securely combined. To adjust typing angle, you can attach the provided magnetic feet to the bottom of each half. You get 6 in the box, but you really only need 4 at a time. I reckon the other 2 are extra if you happen to lose any magnetic feet, but given how strong these magnets are, I think that's unlikely. The magnetic feet firmly attach to the bottom of the keyboard and are stable even when typing heavily. Typing angle becomes a bit too high for my liking when the feet are on, but I understand that some people might like that. It's interesting that you can also tent the keyboard by attaching magnetic feet along the center instead, which should reduce wrist pronation. Now, I can't say if it's any more ergonomic than just having the keyboard flat on the table and split shoulder width, but at least Mistel gives you that option. My keyboard came with Gateron Pro Silvers, and Mistel offers a variety of other switch options. You can even get this with silent switches for those of you who want their keyboards quiet. If you wish to use your own switches, however, it's easy to change all of the switches since this is a hot swap keyboard. Keep in mind though that the PCB only accepts 3-pin switches, so if you're thinking of using 5-pin switches, you're gonna do some clipping. Also note that neither a keycap nor a switch puller was included in the box, both of which are necessary if you want to perform this modification. Keycaps are double-shot PBT and OEM profile. You can change them if you want to, although it might be difficult to find as many 2U and 1U keycaps as this keyboard requires. I think they're okay for the price. They're not terrible, but this is one part of the keyboard that didn't feel premium to me. If there's anything I want to change with this keyboard, it's gonna be programmability. By saying 3 layers of programmability, Mistel really means 3 profiles, with only the topmost layer being programmable. The function layer remains the same across all of the profiles. It's also slightly different from their older MD600 and MD770 keyboards, which I found a bit distracting, since I already have muscle memory from their other products. I would argue, however, that this level of programmability is still better than what the average mechanical keyboard offers. No software is required to make any modifications, and any changes you make are saved on the keyboard itself. The case and plate foam are EVA, which make both halves sound and feel dense when typing on. The typing feel is a bit stiff, but that's to be expected from a bottom mount keyboard, with screws securing the plate to the bottom half of the housing. Let's have a listen. In the time I had this keyboard, Mistel sent me updated firmware to address input lag when using Bluetooth. I haven't had the chance to test the original firmware for comparison, but even with the new firmware, I still noticed some input lag. It's good enough for office work or for programming, which is my day job, but I wouldn't be confident gaming on the wireless connection. To save on battery, the keyboard goes to sleep when no input is detected after a certain amount of time. It's easy to wake up, you just press any button, and it just takes a few moments to reconnect to whatever device you were using. I prefer my keyboard to always be active when my device is on, however, so I'm gonna stick to wired mode. The RGB version is priced at $159 while the non-RGB version is priced at $149. This makes it a very competitive option. Overall, if you're a professional that relies on your keyboard, a student, a gamer who wants more mouse space, or just someone who wants a different experience from what's normally available on the market, then this keyboard's for you. But now I want to hear from you. Do you have one? Are you planning on buying one? Let me know what you think about the MD600 Alpha in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching.